In this video, I'll be sharing with you how you can day trade with Interactive Brokers. Now, this video will not be about how you can profit or loss or you can make money or anything like that. It's strictly a tutorial on how to use Thinkorswim for trading on Interactive Brokers. So you can go ahead and search for TWS IBKR download. If you're in Canada, you can use the Canadian link, or if you're located internationally, you can use the .com link. So you're going to select download TWS table. So you can either go to the Canadian website or US. So I'm going to select stay on US website, accept the cookies, and then here you're just going to go ahead and download and perform the installation. Now I have went ahead and done the installation already, but let's go through the steps nonetheless. Next, run the trading station and select finish. Let's minimize. So here you're going to log in with your username and password. This is the same account that you use to log into the mobile app. So I'm going to log in now and show you the next steps. Now to continue with the login, take out the mobile phone that Interactive Brokers app is installed and open your camera, aim it on the QR code. A link will come on your screen, so you're going to tap the link that pops up on your screen. What it's going to do, it's going to take you to the Interactive Mobiles app and then authenticate you. So let's maximize. So let's take a quick look at the main sections. So here is where you'd search for the stock or instrument that you want to trade. This section is where you'll see your portfolio. So this is a summary of this portfolio that we have here. It shows you the net liquidity. It shows how much I have in excess liquidity. This is like $4 that is available on my account for trading. And then here, these are my positions, right? So if you select favorites, you'll see stocks that you added to your watch list or any instruments that you would have added to your watch list. So if you select US movers, you'll see like a summary of the movement of stocks for the trading day. Now to the bottom section, you'll see market news. You have the option to select your portfolio to see news that is related to your portfolio. And you have a search bar that you can search for any related news for like an instrument. Now you have the option to close these windows. So if you don't want to see this tab, you can just select close to close this window or section. If you want to maximize this window, you can select the little maximize button here and it will maximize the window. You can also minimize it by selecting the same button to restore the view. Now if you want to just focus on your chart area, you can go ahead and close this window here by selecting the little X icon. That will close the scanner. Now if you don't want to close any of these default windows, you can ignore them. And if you just want to focus on the trading chart, you can just select maximize to maximize this window. Now from the top here, you can switch between your time frames. So let's say we're going to switch to daily. Here you'll see the daily chart of Apple stock. Now if you want to switch it from Apple stock, then from the drop down, you can search for whichever one you want, right? So in the box, you could type the ticker symbol. So let's say PLTR for Palantir. It's a stock, so we're going to select it. And then this is the daily chart for the Palantir stock. Now to add your typical resistance or support, you can right click on the chart, select edit chart, and then you can add horizontal or vertical trend line. So here I'm just going to add a horizontal trend line here. This will be acting as a support, and I'll be adding another one. So it's right click, edit chart, and then select horizontal trend line. So I'm going to add one here. Then I'm going to add another one here. So it's right click, edit chart, and then horizontal trend line. Now let's say you wanted to buy or sell, right? You can right click again, then select buy. So here I have a new order. Would you like to expand the order panel? Yes, I would like to expand it. So now if you look to the bottom of the screen, you can see orders, you can see a log, you can see your trades, and you can see your portfolio. So once you selected the buy, right, you'll get this blue line on your chart. So you can pull this blue line to wherever you want to set like your buy limit. So let's say you want to buy at $39. Then once I click there, it will set the buy limit at $39.79. Now when you look to the bottom, you can see your order. Here you can make adjustments to your order. So for example, by default, it will submit 100 shares. So if you select the quantity, you can adjust the number of shares you want to purchase, or you can select USD and specify the amount that you would like to invest. So let's say $50. Time you want it to force in, you can select whatever day you wish from the list. Now the type of order here, you'll see that it's a limit order. I could do like a mid price or even market. Now the limit price which was placed on the order is $56.23. If you wanted to make adjustment, you can add it here. Now here shows the status of the order. So here it says transmit. So in your case, you're going to accept and then accept and continue. Now I do not have enough cash on my account, so it will not be transmitted, right? So I'm just going to select cancel here. Now you can also minimize this window by selecting restore. It will take it to the default position, and then from here you have the option to also make a trade or purchase. So let's say we're going to use Apple this time. You can choose to buy or sell. You can edit your quantity, let's say USD again, and for here I'm going to specify $4 and hit enter. Here you can adjust your limit. You can adjust your time forcing as well as your order type, just like we saw in the order section when we were on the trading chart. And then once it submits, it will submit your order. Again, I do not have any cash to proceed with this trade, but you should get the general idea, right? So let me cancel this, and we're going to go back to the chart to take a look at some additional option. Let's maximize. Let's say you wanted to add some notes to your chart, right? You could right click and then you say add commentary. This will give you the option to add like a note. So let's say buy stock at 50, right? Well, 40 entered. When you select OK, you can add it to whichever position you want on the chart. So you're going to drag your cursor to the point where you want the comment to be added, and you can see it added a little commentary, buy stock at 40. Okay. If you wanted to compare the stock that you're looking at to an index, right? Like you want to add an index to the chart, you can again right click, select edit chart, scroll down and select compare to index. Choose the index of your choice. Let's say S&P 500, and then select apply. Select OK to close the window, and here you can see the index was added to the chart successfully. Now to make additional edits or modification to your chart, you can select the edit tab option, then select chart parameters, and these are some additional features that you can add to your chart. For example, you want to add the volume indicator at the bottom of your chart, you can select that option and then select apply. If you don't want to see things like the legend on your chart, you can simply select it and then select OK and then select apply, and it will take care of that legend that you saw there. Now things like your daily P&L, your put call ratio, volume histogram, you can make adjustment to those. Now once you're satisfied with your adjustments to your chart, you can select apply to ensure that all the changes are being reflected, and then select OK. I don't want to show this message again, and then select OK. Now let's say you wanted to add an indicator to your chart. Again, edit, select studies. Let's say you want to add a moving average indicator. You select the moving averages, and I'm just going to select a simple adaptive moving average. Once you select it, select the add button, and then here you can set your parameters. So I'm just going to call this demo MA, right? MA for moving average, and then select apply. Now these are the parameters that you can adjust. Again, this is not to teach you what this is all about, but it's just to share with you how to use the platform, right? So I'm just going to select apply and then select OK. So here you can see that I successfully added an indicator to the TradingView platform, and I believe this is enough to get you started in terms of like your technical analysis, adding moving averages and making a trade. So those are the key things that you need to get started as a trader, in my opinion at least, right? So I'm assuming you already have background with other platforms like TradingView. So this is to really get you up and running with this platform. So that's it for now, guys. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.